Kaden, what's up, man?
Not much. How's it going?
Going
How
good,
are
man.
you?
Can you hear us okay? The audio fine?
Yeah, it's all good. Of
Awesome, man. First off, I want to say thanks for making yourself available to have this interview with us, man. We greatly appreciate it.
course. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir, man. Look, so first off, we want to start with dude. We've been following you for a long time. I'm sure you know this guy.
I
And
do.
hey, what's up, man? And just watching your growth from from long ago all the way till now has just been insane and inspiring to watch, man. And to see it all pay off at World Games like that,
Crazy.
man, crazy, man.
Crazy.
How did that feel, bro? Like, let's start with the pass because I know like once you landed the pass, you already were kind of like, I stuck the pass in the moment, How did
uh,
that feel?
yeah, taking off into the triple. I don't know. Like you can tell in the takeoff whether the triple's gonna be good or not. So
Yeah.
in that moment, I knew that all I had to do was just land it, and once I did, um, I knew I had it. But it's just you gotta wait for the judges, and like it has to be real. So I just, yeah, I know. I thought I did it in the moment, but it's just crazy. It still seems surreal. Like it feels like a dream. It doesn't seem real.
So when you landed the triple, you still wasn't sure if you won or not.
Right.
Right. Yeah. And then you play the waiting game. So we went to the kiss and cry, and me and Becky, we knew that what I did would have been enough, but we had to wait till it was official. So yeah.
When you
Wow.
landed that triple, I was running around. I was like, he won.
Right. It was insane. That was man. That was a beautiful moment, man. That was an insane. It's gonna play. It should play up here soon. If it hasn't already played, it should play up here behind us. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Just man. I have so many questions I want to ask you. Even let's get the people that may not know about you a little bit more familiar with you. How did you stumble across power tumbling? How did you get introduced to the sport?
So I started off in Taekwondo. Um, I got a black belt in Taekwondo, and then I was kind of getting bored of it. So my parents' rule when I was younger was to always have me in a sport, and they mentioned gymnastics to me, and I was really hesitant at first because I was like, wait, gymnastics is it's a girl's sport. Like, why would I do that? But they're like, oh no no no, like boys do it too, and they kind of introduced me into it, and I got put into a tumbling class, and the coaches there like we're like, okay, this kid's kind of good. So they put me on team, and it kind of just took off from there. I my first year competing was in 2012,
Okay.
and I won my first nationals that I went to, and kind of picked up from there, and I kept progressing, and here we are.
Wow, man, that's insane. Do you feel like there's what kind of mindset or work ethic do you feel like you have to approach this sport the way that you do it? To reach like an elite level because a lot of people do things, but like how you just mentioned, you did taekwondo and you did a black belt. So it seems like there's like a pattern of when you do something, you like take it serious. You want to be the best at it. So like, what kind of mindset do you feel like you have when you're like in the gym training? You know.
Well, I'm always wanting to progress and get better, and I think that's why I really love gymnastics is because there's always room for improvement. There's always new things to learn, new combinations. So I think that's why I love the sport so much. My mindset going to training is to be even better than I was the last training. I'm kind of I'm very like picky with my tumbling and I'm a perfectionist, so I'm always striving for perfection. Uh, so I'm trying to beat yesterday's me. So, which is difficult sometimes because I get really in my head, but it humbles me and it brings me back and yeah, I just want to be the best me I can be and there's always pressure placed on me to like, yeah, so like this Worlds, there's a whole bunch of pressure on me because I had just won World Games, so now there's a lot of pressure to go and do it again. But
There it goes.
yeah, my mindset this kind of this competition season has been to just enjoy the experience and kind of walk into training every day like the first time I walked into the gym. I remember the first time I walked in the gym, like my eyes were huge and I was super excited to go jump on the equipment. So that's kind of been my mindset going into every training, is to enjoy it just like the first day.
Right, right. Just keep the fun going. Keep having that same feeling of when you first fell in love with it. I think that's important. Absolutely. Do you ever get scared of like skills, or like what's the most difficult skill that you've run across to like conquer? That's just kind of been like, this skill right here is just.
Yes, I get scared a lot. The hardest skill, the most difficult skill that I've been working on has been a full out, which just crazy. I've just been super mental on full outs for years. Just having to, so for everyone, a full out is when you do a double back, but you twist, you do a full twist in the second flip, and it's always been difficult to me to wait that long in the flip to twist, and I've been super mental on it. But just this year, I thought I'd give it another go, and I kind of thought of the skill a little bit differently, and I was able to kind of understand the body awareness of the whole skill, and I was able to kind of start working them, and we've been doing it in the gym, and it's kind of in the works for maybe competing at next week's World Championships. So we'll see. But yeah, that's probably been the most difficult skill mental wise. And we got the more difficult skills. So full and triple has always been a hard one, just because it's a pretty demanding block on the body. Doesn't feel too good on the ankles, but yeah.
Growing up from when you was younger, what skill did you say I have to get this skill?
Um,
First, I want to know this.
growing up, I always looked up towards like Christoph Willerton and all the Russian tumblers and a bunch of like Austin Nacy from the US. And the skill that I wanted to get the most was a triple tuck. And we started working it I think my first year of junior, and then I put it on the floor my second year as a junior elite, and I ended up competing at that same year. So that was like the biggest milestone in my tumbling career, because I really wanted to triple.
And that work ethic. That's how many times a week do you train?
um, I train only 4 times a week for 2.5 hours, just because I am still a college student and I work. So, and honestly, I feel like you don't need to train more than that, especially for tumbling, because it is so demanding on the body.
Yeah.
So I really only train what I need to, and it's enough for me. So
Right.
yeah, so like 10 hours a week is what I do.
That's one thing that from always talking to you growing up, that you was always able to go to school full time, train, also coach, and still be. I'm not sure if this is. Are you the first American to win World Games?
No, John Beck won it a few years ago, but it's been a second since an American has won.
I reached out to Rayshawn this morning to see if he's ever won it. I'm not sure. He didn't get back to me yet.
I'm not too sure about the history of World Games, but I do know that the US has won it quite some time ago and consistently won it for a sec.
I see Becky's in there. Hey, Becky. Kaden's coach.
That's awesome. So do you have do you have your sights set on competing more in the future? Do you want to like if we're speaking long term, do you want to like compete until you can't no more? Do you want to step into the coaching space, or maybe do something that has nothing to do with tumbling? Who knows?
So when I first became a senior elite, pretty much when I first found out about World Games, I wanted World Games to be like where I ended. And then as it started getting closer, um, I just realized that like why stop now? Like why put a timeline on my gymnastics career? Because I'm only gonna be an athlete for a very small portion of my life, just because I want to do it as long as my body can do it. But my body's not gonna be able to do it for the rest of my life. So kind of my mindset is right now. Just enjoying it and doing it as long as I can. Not really putting a timeline on it. Like I still want to go to another World Games, which the
Yeah.
next one's 25, so we still got a few years out. But we'll just kind of see where it takes me.
Yeah.
I still feel like I have a lot more to give in the sport, and I'm not quite ready to be done yet.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I
Absolutely.
notice with power tumbling here in the U.S. You know, a lot of people they'll turn 18 and when it's time to go to college, and then they quit. But when you go compete against overseas, you know, you're actually going against people that are like 27, 28 years old. So, you know, a lot of people look at them like, oh, they're great. But just imagine how the U.S. would be if some of the athletes stayed in it a little longer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like a big part of it is tumbling hasn't really had much funding, especially in the past, but we're getting a lot better now. Recently, tumbling is starting to get a lot more funding, which is great because I think a lot more athletes are going to start sticking around. And that's why I think a lot of other countries are a bit older is because they do have a lot more funding and athletes are getting paid and whatnot. So it's great to start seeing some funding get placed into the sport finally
Yeah.
after a long time. But I think it's great, and I think we'll start seeing a lot more tumblers stick around for a lot longer.
Yeah. Hopefully, see it on an Olympic platform, man. That would.
Oh no, I think it will. Whether or not it gets put in like my generation, I don't know, but I think it'll eventually, hopefully, get put into Olympics. Just
Yeah, man. The level of difficulty is just, man. The level of difficulty is just insane in the power tumbling sport, man. It's there's no limit. Like it's always fun to explain to people that don't know what power tumbling is. They're like, "What's the highest skill?" I'm like, technically, it doesn't really exist because
I don't even know. Like it just
there's gonna.
it's so insane how much the sport has evolved over the years and how quickly everyone is progressing and the equipment is changing and bigger skills are being thrown. It's insane. And it's like you never know like what people are gonna throw. It's so unpredictable.
Absolutely. So we are Worlds is you leave for Worlds what in like 3 days, 2 days?
We leave on Tuesday. We have a training camp in Portugal for about 5 days, and then we head out to Bulgaria for about a week and a half. So
Okay.
yeah, long travel.
Yeah. How was the preparation been? Obviously, you don't have to give away like anything. You know what I mean? I don't want you to give away anything, but how was like the preparation been for Worlds like versus World Games? You know, what's the approach been like?
Um, it's been about the same. Going into World Games, it was pretty intense. But after World Games, I took quite some time off because I've had a torn shoulder, my right shoulder, since May. So we've kind of been watching that. And then after World Games, I took like a month or two off to have that heal. And it's been doing better. It's not fully healed yet, but it's been better. But now we're starting to get kind of back into passes last week and this week, and it's been going actually pretty good. Um, just the thing, Worlds is it's a long 2 weeks, so we're trying to keep a steady pace and not overdo it. Because it'll by that last day of competing, it's gonna be rough, but we're kind of pacing ourselves, and it's been good so far. So I feel ready.
Okay, awesome. That's man, man. I can't imagine. Like, do you ever sit back and just like I don't know how you feel when you watch your own passes or like look at some of the insane stuff that you've done. But like, do you ever just look back and be like, wow, like I actually.
I don't even know how I do it. Like I look at myself and I'm like, how did I? It's crazy to me. Like I just can't process it. I don't know. I surprise myself sometimes.
Do you, with tumbling, do you consider the better tumblers are the ones that are having fun, the ones that have talent, or the ones that put in the most work?
Um, I feel like it's a combination of all of them because you see a lot of the better tumblers. taking it seriously, which is not a bad thing, but they're also forgetting to enjoy the sport, which happens. It happens a lot. That's why like my kind of mindset this year has been to enjoy the sport, which has completely like changed my mindset on all my and competitions. Before I used to be so like very, very serious heading into competitions, and my mindset was just way different. But I've really enjoyed being able to take in the moment and like enjoy myself because even like heading to competitions, it's not just competing. Like it's the whole trip as like it's a trip as a whole. So enjoying myself, but also like I don't know, just all the work that you put into trainings. It's just your body knows what to do. So like
Hmm.
it's just muscle memory at that point.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah, kind of enjoying the experience is it's very important because you see a lot of the world tumblers forgetting to do that sometimes. So I think that's an important aspect of it.
Absolutely. And how has it been being able to balance like your regular everyday life and competing at like the level in which you compete at? Like how's that been?
Yeah, it's certainly not easy, but it's not impossible. You just have to be very, very, very on top of it, and I've learned a lot of good time management skills.
Yeah.
So basically, like free time is dedicated to, for me, school. Oh my God. So like I spend a lot of time doing homework and I'm applying to grad school right now, which has been super stressful. But I'm
Yeah.
still planning on doing grad school while I tumble. But it's just having your priorities straight and being able to manage time because it gets very crazy sometimes, especially traveling for 2 weeks. So.
Right, right. I could believe it. Man, so the next question I want to ask, since this is the T3 platform, um, if you're not completely up on what T3 is, it's our attempt to give more representation to the tumbling world because NBA players can make a genuine career and income off of their sport, and basketball can do it, and hockey can do it. But when it comes to our sport, like we have like organizations that facilitate events, but there's not really a direct pipeline from I love tumbling to being able to make a career out of it. So our attempt this is our attempt to change that. So we do like tumbling battles one on one. We've had Love Caleb. We've had him come and do a battle, which was insane. He did full and full out back handspring on spring floor, threw the double, punched back, kept going, and one thing that we were talking about, we were like, well, who else would Love go against? And we spoke with Ethan. For I think Ethan's from Australia. I think is it? Yeah. And he said that he would battle him, and I was like, wow, that's insane. So then I was like, I wonder what the possibility of Kaden hopping into T3 and doing a battle on spring floor would be.
Sure. I mean, I'm up for the challenge. That'd be fun. I haven't done a whole lot of work on spring floor, but I think that'd be fun.
I think. See what's
It's just
crazy?
something different.
See, I always get worried when people that are as good as him say that because they're always like, "Wow, that'll be fun," and then the event comes, yeah, full handspring,
Just go crazy.
and then it's something insane, and I'm like, "Yeah, see, we knew it," but yeah, we think something like that would be insane, man, and yeah, like I would love to see you in that space. Like I think I saw one video and you did like 2-step full, and I think that was on like spring. It was something like that, and I was like, yeah, this guy.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I coach gymnastics at the University of Utah, and I play around on the spring floor a lot, so it'd be fun to see what I can.
You coach them now?
That's awesome.
I don't coach the team. I coach like it's like a gymnastics class that students can take. So
Wow.
yeah, I've been coaching the beginning, intermediate, and advanced classes up at the university.
I didn't know that.
Wow, how has that been? How has it been switching over to the coaching seat?
It's been fun. I've been coaching since I was 14, but it's always been like under the age of, I don't know, like 12. But recently, like I still coach at my gym, and it's been eight ranges between like ages 4 through 18 now. But coaching at the university has been so fun, and I get to teach adults how to do forward rolls, cartwheels, and handstands, and seeing them get the same excitement as my little 6-year-olds is
Yeah.
crazy, and it's so fun. And I don't know, I love coaching gymnastics, especially all ages. So it's been cool.
Man, absolutely, man. That's awesome, man. So would you like to have like your own squad one of these days? Like have your own team to go from competition to competition?
Yeah, that would be fun. I mean, like at my gym, I kind of have like a little mini team of level like fives and sixes, and it's been fun. Like, kind of bringing them from the ground up and teaching them like everything. So it's been cool. I'm part of like all aspects. Like I'm an athlete, a coach. I'm also a judge for gymnastics, and then
Yeah.
like I said, I'm applying for grad school, and I'm hopefully going to be part of the medical team soon. So
Oh, that is awesome.
different kind of roles, but it's been cool. I like it.
Yeah, so tumbling is life, man. Tumbling, this is it.
It's life.
It's like this is it. So the next thing I wanted to ask is because there's a lot of people on this platform and in our gym that may be looking up to somebody like you that's like, hey, I'm not at that skill level yet, but I want to be there one of these days. And so what advice or encouragement or any tips that you might want to give to somebody that wants to be in your position one of these days, that you can give them to say, hey, this is stay focused, whatever it is, like the kind of mindset, just something to leave them with, you know.
Yeah, I would definitely just say to trust the process. I always say this, but you're gonna have bad days, bad weeks, bad seasons, bad competitions. But really, what's going to define you as an athlete is the way you walk away from those moments. There's many times, especially a lot of times this year, where I've been wanting to quit, and that's unfortunately just a big part of gymnastics, is because
Yeah.
um, those bad days influence that like incredibly, like so much. But it's really just what you take away from that. So on those like in those bad moments, I kind of just take away the positives from it and like what I can learn from it and how I can come back even stronger and even better. So just know that like you are gonna have bad moments in gymnastics, and that's just part of the sport. But take away the positives from it and kind of, like I said, just enjoy the moment, enjoy the sport, because that's why we do it. It's because we love the sport. So
Absolutely, man. I greatly appreciate that, man. And I'm gonna make sure that I edit this live and put it up because I do think that people really do need to hear this because it's coming from somebody who's like you've been through a lot of the things that maybe athletes are feeling. Because I know, like with us, usually once we step into double somersault world, that's when athletes are kind of like, I don't know. Basketball's looking really interesting right now. You know what I mean?
yeah, I feel like there's just this very big like stereotype for elite level gymnasts that like they can't enjoy the sport that they're doing is
Yeah.
because like they're expected to take it extremely seriously, and it's just not true. It's like you can be good and enjoy the sport at the same time. There doesn't need to be a fine line between those two.
Yeah, I always tell everybody. Sometimes, like if you have 10 athletes, once you start doing double somersaults, two are gonna be like so scared they're gonna make up a reason that why they can't do the sport anymore.
Yeah.
Then when you start doing twisting doubles, you're gonna have three that's gonna
That
drop.
same feeling.
So you're lucky to be left with three athletes towards the end because those three athletes, they're gonna they
Yeah.
really enjoy it and they really want it, and then those athletes are gonna take off.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, it kind of just repeats itself as as you're learning skills. Like you said, as you're learning doubles, you're gonna get terrified of flipping twice, and then you're gonna have that same feeling doing full ends, the same feeling doing triples, millers, and it's just like I even get that same feeling doing um, even skills that I haven't done for like a year or two. Like I still get that same feeling, but just being able to overcome that and like trust the process and trust your coaches and trust your body too. It's really an important key aspect of like progressing and improving and also just having a overall better mindset on things.
And trust your coaches.
Yes.
coaches.
Yeah, trust your coaches. Very important. Absolutely. Not gonna tell you to do something you're not ready for. You know. Absolutely. And like you said, trust the process. I think that's very important. Absolutely. Man. Oh, go ahead. You're good.
I
Yeah.
have a quick question. Do you follow the T3 page? Like, do you know what it's about a little bit?
Um, a little. I don't think I know a whole too lot about it.
Yeah. So that just messed up that question. Oh,
But I can still ask the question in a way. So
yeah.
so ultimately what we're trying to do is like we do one-on-one battles, team battles. We mainly focused on one-on-ones or whatever like that. As you being an elite tumbler that wants to see this culture grow, that wants to see tumblers get more representation and notoriety for what they do. What's something that you would like to see from a platform like ours to maybe help us move further towards making that happen for elite athletes? If you had any suggestions or thoughts.
Um, hmm, kind of like what you said with these like competitions, because like even now growing up too, I've loved to see what my competitors are throwing and what new skills they're learning. A lot of the time they're like, oh, hide what you're doing because you don't want your competitors to see. But honestly, I love to see what people like, who the people I'm competing against, what they're throwing, what they're doing, because it like motivates me and it like makes me want to work even harder. So I'd love to see like these competitions that you guys are having. I'd love to see more of them, and these battles, and I think it'd be great for overall for the sport, and kind of motivate everyone to try harder and get new
Yeah.
skills, and kind of go out of their comfort zone a little bit too.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Because the one thing about T3, it's not just a power tumbling competition, it's not a cheer competition, it's not a gymnastic competition. It's everybody combined, like just enjoying tumbling. Period.
Yeah. I just want tumbling to have more of a community. Like I look at the tricking community, and when they have tricking gatherings and everybody's throwing these insane skills that I don't know the name of, but once they land them, everybody's just so excited, and you know what I mean. And there's sometimes where I try to do tumble gatherings, and people may have the energy or the feeling that like, well, if I can't do a triple full, I don't want to tumble with those guys because I'm not as good as those guys. And I want us to just have more of a community where it's just normalized for everybody to just like you were saying before, just enjoy the sport as the sport. Like when we're on the mat, we can compete, but we can also just tumble just to tumble because we just love the sport and we just want to do it. You know what I mean?
It'd be great to see a whole bunch of tumblers just come together and do what they love, and like yeah, there'd be like a competition aspect to it, I guess, but it'd just be great to gather a whole bunch of people and see what everyone can do and just kind of show off a little bit.
I would like to see you battle Ruben.
Ooh.
He's always trying to one up me, but he won't. Not on tumbling, he won't.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. But that would be good, man. That would be an insane battle. Like seeing you in like a T3 setting would be.
Ruben said, "Let's do it."
Hey! Let's go, Ruben.
A lot of people don't know that Ruben can actually tumble his behind on.
Oh yeah, he's insane. No, absolutely, man.
He said, "Say less."
He said, "Let's do it."
Look, say less.
Yeah, say less. Hey, let's make it happen. Hey, man, looks like people are looking at you to. Huh?
He don't want it, Ruben.
You know.
He don't want it. He don't want it.
T3, 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 T3. Yo, that would be awesome, man. But look, man. Up until then, man, it'll be nice to have you come out to an event, maybe even have you judge an event. You know what I mean? A competition. You know, it'll be nice to just have you involved in any way we can. You know, I feel like something like that'll be awesome as well. But yeah, man, I greatly appreciate you for your time. I greatly appreciate you for your work and the mindset and just the grind that you've been on, man. It doesn't go unnoticed. We talk about you very often, and we speak very highly of you whenever we talk about some of the best tumblers on the planet. And Yeah, man, you should take pride in that, man. And I won't be there, but he'll be at Worlds. And hey, man, I'm just excited to see what happens, man, and see how much higher you're gonna go, man.
I'm gonna miss Worlds.
Why?
I'll be at Wags.
You'll be at what? I thought you were.
Worlds is the 1 week and Wags is the following week.
The following
so when we're flying in, they're flying out.
Oh wow! So you'll just be missing.
Yeah.
Y'all planes are gonna pass each.
But I will for sure be watching Ruben because Ruben always go live. So I will for sure be watching his live and your live, watching the competition. Y'all lives are better than watching it on the network.
Yeah. Commentary too.
Yeah, commentary also. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody's so invested in it. I'm like, yes, this is what we need. Yes. Man, I try to tell people, man, there's a hype aspect to power tumbling. You know, there's always that idea that it's like it's just a super quiet room and nobody says anything and you can hear a pin drop. And I'm like, come on, we get hyped too, you know.
Yeah. Especially when you go to Worlds, it's like you have your whole country over here rooting you on, then this person has his whole country over here, and it's just
I guess it's so hype. Especially World Games, it was crazy because since it was an American crowd, it's just the whole arena was so insane. Like the energy was crazy. So yeah, it's always fun. But we'll I think we're gonna plan on doing the lives for World Championships. So.
Okay. Yeah. Were you more nervous at a regular competition than when you was at the World Games? Or did you feel basically the same?
Like it's another day in the office type or?
I don't know. I felt like I should have been a lot more nervous than I was, but I think because it was an American crowd, it gave me a lot of adrenaline. I don't know, and I just felt like at peace a little bit. Obviously I was like kind of nervous, but I feel like I've been way nervous at World Championships than I was at World Games. So it was great to have an American crowd like that.
Do you do anything to kind of help you, like to help kind of calm your nerves? I know a lot of people have headphones in before they go out there and compete. Like, do you listen to? Is there like a go-to song or a go-to person? Like, I have to give this person a hug before every pass, or like do you have anything like that?
There's a whole lot that I have to do. A little bit like my dad always tells me to have fun before I go out, so I gotta hear that from him. I always listen to music before I compete. I listen to like the last song I have to listen to. I always listen to it like right before I go out. And it's kind of like this motivational, inspirational kind of talk. So that gets me hyped up. And a lot of like mental thinking and like body movements and kind of just going through my passes right before I go helps a lot. So yeah, and then you got the lucky socks too, and yeah, so there's a lot that I have.
Yeah, man. You got to send me that motivational thing, man. I might be able to do a triple tuck, you know, after listening to it. You know, just DM that to me. You know what I mean? You know. But yeah, man. Once again, man, we greatly appreciate you for taking the time out and having this talk with us. I'll let you know when the full edited video is done, and we'll upload it and we can share it and stuff. But yeah, this was much needed, man. This is much needed. I learned a lot from you. I'm sure a lot of the people watching this are gonna learn a lot from you, man. And you're an inspiration, bro. We greatly appreciate you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. I love doing interviews like this. So anything for you guys.
I just want to say good luck next week.
Yes,
man.
sir. Good luck. Yes.
The whole U.S. is rooting for you.
It'll be a long 2 weeks, but I'm excited. I'm excited to be back out there representing.
Yeah, we're going to be rooting for you, man. You got this. Just go out there, do what you do best. Stay calm. And what I tell my coach athletes all the time, just have fun. Go out there, have fun. Because if you go out there and stress too much, it could throw you off your game. So just go out there, have fun.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. There's a lot of stress going on to this, but it's hard to ignore it all. But I'm just gonna go and do what I can, and whatever happens. So we'll just see.
Absolutely. Well, everybody, this has been Kaden Brown, your World Games gold medalist. Yes, sir. Representing the USA.
Do you have your medal right next to you?
I do. It's in
So you just have your medal on standby? Yes, sir.
There it is.
That's cool, man.
There it is.
He just has it on standby. That's awesome, man. Yes, sir, man. But thank you so much, man. We'll speak with you soon. We're rooting for you. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for having me.
All right.
Thanks, Becky.
Thanks, Becky.
Becky's cool.